Okay, this is all the Centromatic stuff for the lowboy. This is going to do the front axle on the Kenworth, the tandems, the Jeep wheels, and the trailer wheels. These balancers are for these 9R 17.5s, and so they had to custom make these for me to fit. And so Centromatic will make you whatever you want. Anyway, I put these on old Kenny years ago and just absolutely loved them. This is the balancer right here. There's 32 ounces of balancing media. That's 2 pounds of balancing media in there. I'll put a link to a video of theirs. You go watch it and you'll see how these work. So here's all you do. I've been installing them with this side out on all of them. It doesn't matter which way you put them. So you just put them on here and line it up with the holes. And there you are. 99% of guys are not going to go to the effort and the money to balance 16 of these tires on a trailer like this. But the reason I'm doing it is because I got a fortune in rubber. And when you've got this many tires out of balance, they start cupping and they start wearing funny. And 9R 17.5s are getting hard to come by and they're getting expensive. And so I want these babies to last. I want these things to last till they rot. And that's why I'm putting them on. Because they're so out of balance. And because they capture and carry so many rocks in the treads, and this stuff doesn't come out. You can see it's wore down flush. This trailer's been hundreds of miles with those rocks stuck in there. Look at this. This stuff doesn't come out. Mud that's been in there does not come out, and that's going to put your wheel out of balance. And you put them on once, and I promise you they're going to be on there for 30 years. They're that good and they're that tough. You'll never go back to wasting your time having the tire store balance your tires. Okay, this is what the front ones look like. A little bit smaller, but they work. Anyway, see, they're set up for either the bud wheels or your stud piloted or hub piloted, whichever you want to call it. And they have a sticker on here, tells you warning, do not install on 22.5s. They're size specific, so they got to know the size of your drum and what size tire. So you just take it, the front one, put them on like this. There we go. Now I'll just put the tire back on. Whew, that's a lot of weight. No more lead. No more lead. Okay, these are the rear cam fence bolts, and this is where they leak if you don't put them together right. This is where you got to put the silicone, and you got to make sure the holes are slotted so the cam fence will go down far enough. You want good long bolts, got lots of thread in there, and you want a lock washer and a hard flat washer over this aluminum. And these are the holes you got to slot. And what you want to do is you want to slot them up so this fence will go down onto the head, because if the head gets milled, the head moves down, and so this has got to move down with it, so the holes have to slot up. So if you don't have enough slot in there, when you push all this down, these bolts are going to hold this up and it's not going to seal. Okay, she's a little stuck on, so I'm going to have to hit her with the rubber hammer. There we go. We're free. Free at last. Okay. That's what she looks like, all bald-headed. And this is your gasket that goes in here, and then you've got a gasket here. And it looks like that's stuck to the cam fence. And here's the mistake I made when I sealed this up. Instead of using red silicone, I used the Cat red gasket maker. And that stuff is not the stuff to use. And I learned my lesson the hard way on that. Now what we're going to do is pull all these. These are they call this the cam follower. And it goes in the bore, and there's the valve.
Alright. Are we recording? Yeah, we're recording. Alright. Yeah, we were hitting on one end. Let's resituate there a little bit here, buddy.
Yeah, the heat plug's totally gone. I think that's probably what's stuffed in one of the holes is the heat plug. But you can see, God, I was overfueling the hell out of it, wasn't I? Look at the cracks in them. Wow. That's from overfuel. Tim, if you think your pistons are cracked, take a look at these babies. Then look at the metal that's in here. That had to have sucked that through the intake. I don't think the pistons are any good, Mike. This is the cool part, though. All this stuff stuffed up in there. Well, those are valves, and the heat plug, I found the bolt that goes in the bottom of the piston in the oil pan, broke off.
Yeah, you found one there, and didn't you find some in the...
Okay, I know what this is. This is what's left of the heat plug. It apparently broke it off up in the piston, and then this filled down into the pan.
Oh my God! They killed Kenny! You bastard!
Okay, got the concrete in the hole and walked down. These trees were so green I just couldn't keep it burning. So I'm just going to push them in the hole there. We're going to take the 88 and get some of the gravel and put over the concrete, and then I can go over here by the pivot. There's a road around here. I can pick that road up, which is gravelly dirt. I'll take the scraper and come in here and put it in the hole. These paint marks on the wall, I had Matt come put these in here, and what these are is, this is from the existing ground up here down 2 feet. So I want 2 feet of good dirt over the dirty gravel that I put in here. And then I'm probably going to take that gravel and haul it away and sell it to try to help pay for some of the work that we did.
Remember that one? 818, please. Remember that one? 818.
Okay, I want to give a shout out to some subscribers again this week. Jim in Whitney, New York. Jim's a mechanic. He's got some cool Johnny Poppers and some Farmalls that he's restored. And his lovely fiancee, Carrie. Wayne and Sarah in the United Kingdom. Wayne sent me a Christmas card, and Wayne also sent me some money. Apparently, he thought I lost too much weight, so he sent me 55 pounds. Now, this is, I sent him some Anderson Construction hats a long time ago, and I just asked him to pay the freight and to send me some money from the UK. So this is a new Scottish note. This is a £5 one. This is an older Scottish note. This is £10. This is the new plastic money, £10 note. Both of these here. And then this would be the old paper note. And that's a £20. So I weigh 160 pounds, Wayne. So how many stones is that? So Texas fan, USA. He's from Hobstad, Indiana, or that's where he was when he was watching me. I believe he's a truck driver, and so he loves to watch Jpaydirt in the truck stop. Andy Bloomquist from Nampa, Idaho. Andy owns Advantage Machine and Hydraulic. And Andy, we're going to do some business, I promise you. He sent me some awesome hats. Thank you, Andy. These are cool. I especially love these camo ones this time of year. And a lifetime supply of pens. Thank you. Mr. Baker Skates. He says the doctor told him to get a healthy breakfast and a good dose of Jpaydirt every Friday morning. So that's a smart doctor. You still here, Jim? A woman who loves tractors. You lucky bastard.